day everyone, I am Castro Kaiser Armsley together with my partner, Reneben Gakad, and we're here to discuss about police blotter report writing. So here are the objectives of our report. So number 1, to know the meaning of police blotter report. Number 2, to learn how 5W and 1H apply to a police blotter report. Number 3, to know the purpose of police blotter report.
Police blotter reports a record of arrests, incidents, and events that have occurred that day. Police blotters are updated as the events unfold, so they are essential for justice and press purposes. They can contain many reports, including the four most common: arrest, incident, crime, or accident.
So these are the 5 W's and 1 H to determine the issue and will definitely help us to understand both of the perspective. First is what? This entails spelling out the sequence of events and actions of those involved.
Where did it happen? Sometimes the sequence of events takes place in several locations. For example, a car might be stolen from a parking lot, moved to a garage for stripping of valuable parts, and then dumped on a piece of wasteland. Information may only be available about the first and last locations. Visiting this can help explain why the offender selected them.
Third is when did it happen? The victim will be able to report precisely when the crime occurred, which may inferences about such matters as whether the streets were deserted.
Who was involved? There is always at least one offender. There may be one or more victims, even if they have no direct contact with the offender. There may be witnesses and other third parties. Statements in the police records made by witnesses and victims can provide much useful information, but it might sometimes be important to question a sample about the event.
Last W is why or why did they act as they did. It is important to understand the specific benefits that a particular kind of crime brings to the offender. In many cases of theft, the motive will be obvious. But for interpersonal crimes and for vandalism, the motives may only emerge from interviewing offenders to understand why victims and witnesses behave as they did and not to answer questions as what caused some victims to respond by attacking the offender and why do witnesses often to fail intervene. Last is how. How did the offender carry out the crime? Crime can be thought of a process with the several steps from initiation to completion, rather than some circumscribed act occurring at a specific point in time. At each step, the offender must make decision, might need to work with others, and might need to employ specific knowledge and tools. It may not always be possible to develop detailed scripts, but the analysis should give a clear picture of how the crime was accomplished.